You're listening to the #1 podcast for nonprofit leaders, getting your nonprofit fully funded. This is the Fundraising Masterminds Podcast. I've gotten more things done on Giving Tuesday than any other time of the year. A lot of organizations don't take it seriously.
Yep. Get it done now, and by the end of the day, it's going to be tripled. By midnight, that offer goes away.
Well, hey, welcome to another episode of the Fundraising Masterminds Podcast. We are so excited that you are here. And today we are going to be talking about Giving Tuesday. It's coming up really soon.
Yeah.
And we want you guys to be fully prepared to hit the ball out of the park this year. So we put together a podcast to help you be the most successful for Giving Tuesday this year. And we've got a lot of great things lined up. But before we get into it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to this podcast, we are available on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and YouTube. We cover all kinds of topics related to fundraising, development, Christian leadership, year-end giving, Giving Tuesday, you know, anything like that. So definitely subscribe. And let's get into today's topic.
Well, you know, Jason, I'll tell you, Giving Tuesday to me is still an anomaly. I think there are still a lot of people who are mystified by Giving Tuesday. It's almost like they don't know what to do with it. They're
Why do you think that is?
It's strange. I mean, we've been so conditioned to just by rote go to the mall on Black Friday. Right. But all of a sudden, it's like when we come to Giving Tuesday, we don't know what to do. We're paralyzed. You know, what is this Giving Tuesday? What do I just send out an email somewhere at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday? And what we're going to try and attempt to do.
There's a lot of peer pressure. You know,
absolutely. Everybody's doing it, so why shouldn't I? Yeah.
And they're just thinking, well, it kind of sneaks up on you. You know, they're not thinking about it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Giving Tuesday is next week. Yeah. Oh, shoot.
I don't want to miss out.
I should probably do something. And that's kind of a big letdown.
Yeah.
You know, you hear about all these, you know, matching gifts and, you know.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Giving Tuesday is almost like the guy on December 24th who goes out to 7-Eleven and starts buying Christmas gifts, you know, at the last minute. What's it going to be like? You know, it's going to be a terrible Christmas if that's the case. And so one of the big components of Giving Tuesday is crowdfunding. Mm-hmm. And Jason, you have had tremendous success based on your experience with Ministry Sync and Fund Easy. And would you unpack for our audience, especially those individuals? I mean, there may be a lot who know what crowdfunding is, but there are also maybe a lot who are listening today who have no real idea. They've heard the term, but they don't really know what it is. Unpack it for us.
Yeah, well, it's important to know that like crowdfunding isn't much more than just a giving page online that has a fund meter. So it has like a specific goal. Right. So like a lot of times online pages, like a giving page, nonprofits are used to that. Right. You know, you go to your website, you click giving, and it just takes you to a form and you just fill out the page. Right. And they give. Right. Well, crowdfunding is like, imagine a page before that, like a landing page, where it clearly describes what it is they're giving to. There's usually a picture, there's a clear goal, there's usually like a fund meter that shows how much has been raised, and it updates in real time. Right. And then they click give, and then they fill out a form, and then their page updated. Right. You know, and that's really all it really is it's letting people know in kind of real time, like how the giving is going. Right. You tell people to go to this page, and then you give online, and then the goal updates right away. So it has like this real time feel of, you know, you can actually hit a certain goal in a quick amount of time. Right. You know, so if you're trying to raise $50,000 on Giving Tuesday, and you start on, you know, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's at 0. And then as the day is going, you're watching your meter go up in real time. Right. And people who are kind of actively, you know, checking back on the page, they can see like how well are things doing. They might give again, you know, so it's almost like this real time giving experience, almost like a video game kind of thing, where it's like, okay, we want to help these guys get this goal in a very quick amount of time. And I want to, you know, check back and see how it's doing. And so you can, you know, combine it with some emails during the day, or, you know, like just to try to get people looking, and then when they see the progress
right.
of the funding coming in, it motivates you to like maybe give a little more or whatever, something like that.
Now, tell me, Jason, how difficult is it? I mean, you make it sound so simple. That you just have this page and it has all these things on there. That it would be just like you possibly saying to me, well, Jim, you just go into a French restaurant and order everything on the menu in French. I'd be going, what? How difficult or how easy is it to set up a page like that?
I think people are intimidated by online pages.
I agree.
They think, well, I'm not tech savvy, I can't do that, and they don't realize that it's actually pretty easy.
Okay.
We've made it really easy to set it up, but I'll talk about that in a little bit.
Good.
But what we prepared for you for this podcast is 5 tips to make your Giving Tuesday successful. So if you wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind sharing just from my experience.
Well, let's dive right in then. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, the 5 tips to being profitable for Giving Tuesday. Let's start with the first one. The first tip for Giving Tuesday is to start early. I mean, we talked about going shopping for Christmas on December 24th. Isn't this just the same kind of thing? Yeah. You fire off an email on Tuesday morning. Isn't that what we need to be thinking of doing?
Well, I think, like we said before, Giving Tuesday kind of sneaks up on people, right? And so, we're just going about our day, and then all of a sudden we start hearing about it in the news, or we see it on social media, and we're like, oh, I got to do this, and they don't do it. I'm not going to do anything this year, and then like eventually it's like, well, everyone else is doing it, so I guess I should throw something on there, And it's like I would really strongly encourage our audience to prepare for Giving Tuesday. If you could just think of Giving Tuesday as like Christmas early or like Thanksgiving, right? Like you prepare to go see your family at Thanksgiving.
Right.
You make plans, you buy your turkey early, you have to do some things to get ready for Thanksgiving. And it's the same with Giving Tuesday. What really helped me have a light bulb moment about Giving Tuesday is it's really the kickoff event for your year-end campaign. So nonprofits know what a year-end campaign is.
Right.
Think of Giving Tuesday as your Super Bowl event that just launches your year-end campaign.
Or your graduation, the commencement that kicks off the rest of your career in a sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you could think about it like that, that really kind of did it for me. Because from Giving Tuesday to December 31st, you're really focused on the year end. So if you think of Giving Tuesday as that kickoff event, and then like from that time all the way to the end, you're going to be focused on year end, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So prepare early, and I think one of the ways that people can prepare early is by thinking about it like any other, appeal or whatever that you're going to do. Like, what are you going to do at your year end campaign?
Right.
What are some things you've talked a lot about preparing a great year-end campaign, but you typically would have like some goals or some specific things you want to give towards. So I would say, first of all, map out what you want to do, and then select one of those things, like something tangible that you could really focus on to be like the kickoff. That could be something around the price range of $25,000 to $50,000. Nothing. Well, I'm thinking of like a pregnancy center or for something like Crew. It might be bigger.
Or you want to buy an ultrasound machine or something like that, like you'd say for a pregnancy center.
Something like not like $1,000, but something a little bit more on the 25, 50,000. Right. Because again, you're trying to raise this money in a day. Right. And again, I'm thinking of smaller organizations. For Crew, it might be 100,000. Might be easy or something. But the idea is that you identify one tangible thing that you can focus on, right? And then you build your Giving Tuesday campaign around that one thing.
So you're saying for year end, you might have a bigger campaign, but you're taking a component, a piece off that big campaign and marketing
because remember, you're kicking off. So if you don't reach your goal, you're just going to roll it into your year end. It's part of your year end campaign. So it doesn't matter if you hit your goal or not. You're just, you're going to say, for our year end campaign, we want to do bang, 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 bang. And so your year end campaign is going to start with, hey, for Giving Tuesday, it was a great kickoff. We raised $25,000 towards our $50,000 ultrasound machine. And, we're going to continue to raise this money throughout our year end or, whatever you want to say.
So what you're saying is because most campaign, most year-end campaigns are starting about November 1, somewhere around the first week of November now.
Right.
So you're saying that by taking a component of this, when things come around to Giving Tuesday, you can just highlight this particular item. So it's almost like you've given people a menu the first couple weeks of November, and now you're picking one particular item off that menu and selling it on Giving Tuesday.
Right.
Perfect. I love that. Yeah.
Starting early and being prepared.
Yeah.
So one of the ways that you can be prepared is, sending out, which I think this is
tip number 2 is direct mail and email preparation. So take it from there.
Yeah. So there's 2 things that I'm thinking that you could do to prime the pump for Giving Tuesday. So number 1 is starting to look for matching gifts for Giving Tuesday.
I love it.
So a big piece of Giving Tuesday is that you want to kind of have giving on sale, right?
Right.
It's kind of like Black Friday where you have like 40% off or whatever. So the way that we do sales on Giving Tuesday is through matching gifts, and the more matching gifts you can stack, on top. So if you could if you could 2x a gift or 3x a gift, right? So the way that we would do that is if you could find 3 matching gifts of $10,000, and instead of having that go into a bucket where you have $30,000 of matching gifts, you just have 3x for 10. Right. So you would say your gift is on sale,
for Giving Tuesday.
For Giving Tuesday
you
only.
Get 3 times.
You're going to get 3 times the bang for your buck.
Sure.
But
that
it's
makes
only
sense.
on Giving Tuesday.
Right. Sure.
So that creates that urgency.
That momentum for that.
And that has the same feel as like a Black Friday sale. It's like, I got to go to Walmart to get that thing because it's it's only today.
Yeah. So you can use a match for your total year-end campaign, the 2 times match, but on Giving Tuesday, it's going to be tripled.
Right.
Yeah, I
but
love
do
that.
something special. Like maybe you have a normal match for your thing, but then on Giving Tuesday, you do like double or triple or...
It's like Macy's on Black Friday, having a 20% discount. Here, you're having it 3 times. Yeah.
When you're sending out your direct mail on September and October, one of the seeds you can be planting is, hey, if you're interested in being a matching gift for Giving Tuesday, contact us and get in touch. We'd love to get you hooked up. So you can start planting those seeds in your direct mail. You can also start planting seeds of, hey, Giving Tuesday is coming up and we've got we want you to be ready to give because we're going to try to 3x, your giving on this day, and just prepare your audience ahead of time so that when Giving Tuesday is coming out, you are ready.
Right.
And, Giving Tuesday tends to be more of an online thing.
Right.
Because you can't send I guess you could send a letter like the week before, but it's more of a, you want to kick off your Giving Tuesday with like social media and an email.
Yeah.
Because it's like this electronic, like Giving Tuesday now.
Yeah. It's a blitz.
And then it's a blitz thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're starting, 6 a.m. in the morning, they're getting hit with an email, getting reminded by social media. And then throughout the day, you're going to be constantly bombarding them, with updates. And so it's kind of like, it's like a Super Bowl event, where you're engaged.
Yeah, you're working a couple weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. Well, that's a terrific segue to tip number 3, which is social media posts.
Yeah.
Unpack that a little bit, Jason. So you gave us the email and you gave us the direct mail marketing. What about social media posts?
A good way to be prepared for Giving Tuesday is just to prepare some social media posts ahead of time. It's a blitz thing, right? So you have to have things ready to go. Now, a lot of people will haphazardly just post something random.
Right.
They'll just find a Giving Tuesday banner.
There's no rhythm, no rhyme to what they're doing. Yeah.
And so like what I would suggest is, thinking through ahead of time of how you're going to use social media to remind them that it's Giving Tuesday.
Yeah.
The algorithms also are going to favor Giving Tuesday posts, because they know that it's a blitz thing. So you want to have a few social media posts prepared ahead of time. So, you want to have one that is, maybe the beginning of Giving Tuesday, the middle of Giving Tuesday, and like towards the end. And so that's something you can post on social media. So you don't have to, wait until the day of. You can pre-record stuff, and this is part of the preparation of what you can do.
So like you could literally just pull out your phone, huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, what I would do is just, pull out your phone and just have your executive director. It would be better if it was done on a iPhone or a regular phone, rather than like a professional, because
kind of vertical and
vertical, because it's going on social media, and usually social media does better if it looks more like it's on a phone. So you pull out your phone and you just say, hey, it's Giving Tuesday. We're so excited. We're going to be raising $30,000 towards an ultrasound today, and we would love for you to jump in. You can click on this link and give. For today only, we're going to be tripling our gift with a matching gift up to $30,000. So jump in. Now's the time to give. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you.
Click this link or something like that.
Like that kind of thing. And then, of course, you'd have another video similar that be like, hey, we're halfway through, Giving Tuesday. We're doing really good. Of course, it would be, really helpful to have, some videos that were created during Giving Tuesday. I mean, when I do it, I'm like engaged on Giving Tuesday the whole day. So I'm not focused on something else and just it's in the background. It's like the Super Bowl.
So it's like all hands on deck.
Yeah, it's
for
like
that one.
all hands on deck. I'm like fully engaged, and because things happen. And you want to be
able to respond quickly.
You want to be on social media. You want to be able to answer people's questions. You want to be able to send out emails. So you can have some stuff prepared ahead of time. Like you could have the kickoff prepared ahead of time. I don't know. You have a goal of $30,000. Right. And let's say, you get $1,000 right off the bat. Then you kind of notice like a slow off kind of trickle. You could do a live stream on Facebook. Facebook's algorithm prioritizes live streams, getting it in front of people. So do a live stream and just be like, hey, we just raised, $2,000 in Giving Tuesday. We need more people to jump in. As we got for this day only, you can triple your gift. Your gift will give you 3 times more. So jump in. Now's the time to do it. We're trying to raise this money for an ultrasound or, and just try to create a lot of energy and momentum.
So there's an advantage to preparing ahead, but there's also a great advantage to the spontaneity that, hey, we're 25,000 from our $50,000 goal, and hey, here's where we're at currently. Jump in. Okay.
It's like have you ever listened to like Moody Radio or like a Christian or like a Christian radio where they do like those call-a-thon things,
right.
And it's they kind of like stop their regular programming, and they're they're just like answering phones, and they're like it's just like we're trying to hit our goal of whatever, and we're not going to go back to our regular programming until we hit our goal. It's kind of like you kind of want it to feel like that, where it's like we're all hands on deck on Giving Tuesday, and so you can prepare ahead of time with emails, you can have emails scheduled for 6 a.m. Be like it's Giving Tuesday, blah 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 blah. But then like throughout the day, you want to be like logged into MailChimp and like writing some updates on the online page. It'll show you how much goal you've raised. And so I like to screenshot that and put it in the email and be like, the subject line is like 30% raise on Giving Tuesday, still a few more hours left, and then you just write a quick summary of like, hey, this is what we've done so far. This is how much we have left to go. You put a screenshot in there, click this link, make it really simple to the point, send them directly to the page. Don't send them to your website and do all this roundabout. Just go straight to the page.
Very specific.
And then you want to be posting live streams here and there, a couple times a day, so do one live stream, before lunch, do one live stream after lunch, do one, towards like midday, like 3 or 4 o'clock. Then, let people have dinner, then do another live stream like at 6 or 7, then do another live stream at like 9 or 10. Then do another live stream at like 11:30. Like one time I actually did like a live stream, for the final 30 minutes of the day. So like 11:30 to 12, and you're just literally on. The thing is like, hey, we got 30 minutes left, now's the time to jump in. And as people are giving, you just like, oh, Jackie just gave $100, that just got tripled to 300. Thank you so much, Jackie. Like we're looking forward to seeing more. And you just try to get the energy moving, all the way up to midnight.
Well, I can see where a big mistake would be that a ministry just goes 9 to 5. Hey, we're heading home at 5 o'clock the rest of the evening. When you forget our donors, it's just like on December 31st, 31st.
Yeah.
I've got people giving 2 minutes before midnight on those kind of things.
People are notorious for waiting to the end because they want to see how much people will give beforehand because they want to fill the gap.
Everybody wants to go over the top, but nobody wants to start things off.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like the eBay auction.
Sure.
Nobody bids at the beginning.
Right.
You wait till the last minute because you want to see if you bid too much, you're going to bid the price up and you're not going to get a good deal.
Right. Yep.
So you wait to the last minute and then you put your bid in at the last minute. And I think that's what people do with Giving Tuesdays. They want to see, well, how close to the goal are you going to get? And then you're all going to start to fill the gap.
Right.
And so you have to realize that people think that way.
Yeah. Oh,
and you
absolutely.
have to take advantage of that and be like, hey, we're trying to close the gap. You can, we need 5 gifts of $500, to close this gap, or we need 10 gifts of $100, and you just have to. I think a lot of mistakes that nonprofits make is they just, number one, they don't take it very seriously.
Yeah, they don't think through things.
Number
for sure.
2, they just kind of treat it like a normal day. Like maybe they do take it seriously, but they're like, it's a 9 to 5. I'm out at 5.
Right.
And you just can't do that. You have to treat this like a holiday.
Right.
Or like, it's the
like the last day of the year.
Yeah. And then number 3, people don't tend to be real time with it. Like they don't realize like, you need to be kind of online. You need to be present.
Right.
You need to be really, engaging people because the average person, they know about it. But like if their local pregnancy center or their local homeless shelter is really engaged with it, they're going to be like, wow, this is really exciting.
Right.
So you want to try to, get the energy going there.
That, you mentioned take a shot of the page and everything. Great segue into tip number 4, which is creating that page. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but unpack that.
Yeah. So again, a lot of nonprofits, they think, well, I'm not very tech savvy. I don't know how to do that. But actually, I created a company called Fundeasy. You can go to fundeasy.com.
Okay.
We actually have a free service called crowdfunding.
Okay.
Right? So it doesn't cost anything. It's one of our products, and we use this specifically for Giving Tuesday.
So you don't have to have a contract with.
You don't have to have a contract. You don't have to pay. You don't have to get your credit card or anything. You can just sign up for fundeasy.com.
Is that kind of your service to the body of Christ?
Yeah, I mean, we normally Fundeasy is normally deals with events.
Right.
We do peer-to-peer events, and we do the Perfect Vision Dinner.
Right.
But this we have a free product called crowdfunding, and it's just designed for little one-off campaigns. So if you have a campaign like an easy giving campaign or a simple I just need to raise $50,000 for this one thing, you can just create a campaign page for free.
I don't know why you wouldn't do that. What ministry wouldn't do that? It just makes sense.
So you can go to fundeasy.com. You can sign up for an account. It's free to sign up for an account. And then when you get to the part where it says, what kind of event do you want to create? You say, I want to create a crowdfunding event. So you get the 3 options.
Okay.
And then crowdfunding is free. So you just fill out your information. I think we even have templates in there for Giving Tuesday specifically.
And I can personalize this to my ministry and things?
So it's just a really simple form you fill out. You just put in your title, Giving Tuesday 2023.
Sure.
We have pre-made Giving Tuesday templates in there already. So you just go in there and you select the thing, or you can upload your own graphics if you want. But we make it really, really easy specifically for Giving Tuesday. I think it's one of the reasons why we created this free option was because, the Giving Tuesday and the year-end campaign, they're
go
perfect.
hand in hand. Yeah.
And so a lot of times what people will do is they'll create a free crowdfunding page for Giving Tuesday, and then they'll create another crowdfunding page for their year-end. And they roll them into one another.
Boy, that's great.
So one important factor, you might be tempted to think, well, I already have a page. Why do I need to create another page?
Oh, yeah.
Main reason why you use something like crowdfunding with Fundeasy is because, it's specific it has specific imagery, and it has that goal. It has that fund meter, right? So you get that real time, energy in the room.
And I've seen it. The graphics are terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it just makes it pop a little bit better. It makes it feel like a little special event. So I would encourage you to not use, your normal standard giving page, because it just doesn't feel special.
Right.
It feels
right,
like, well, is this really going somewhere? Is this really doing anything?
Yeah.
And
well, it's like a direct mail letter. If I want to make it stand out, I'm not going to put it in a standard number 10 envelope with 8.5 by 11. I'm going to use a Monarch or something different size.
Right.
Same way, make it stand out. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a special giving page. It's special for this day only.
Wow.
So you're trying to make it just pop, and it looks really professional, and you get that real-time feedback. Wow. So that's what we're trying to go for.
That is great. Well, that's a great segue into tip number 5, which is continue Giving Tuesday into your year-end campaign.
Yeah. Well, as we said, in some earlier podcasts, the year-end campaign, we really want to start that in November. Right. Right. But Giving Tuesday falls right in that
right in the middle. Yeah.
And so it's a great way to just add fuel to the fire. Yeah. And you can it's another reason to just send out an update, direct mail or email saying, Giving Tuesday was a great success. We were able to raise $15,000 towards our bigger goal. Right. And so it's just another way of getting some energy.
It's almost like having that lead gift, how we talk about, okay, our goal is 150,000, but I've got some great news. We have a handful of people who have already started us off with 30,000 or whatever. And so that Giving Tuesday is the 30,000 that kind of propels you. Yeah. Yep. I love that. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So those are 5 ways that you can be totally prepared for Giving Tuesday. And, hopefully this makes sense.
Yeah. Well, Jason, any kind of, if you had to summarize this and tie it into a nice bow, all 5 elements, what would you say are the most important things for us to remember as we tie this up?
Well, I would say you want to just take it seriously, and you want to prepare ahead of time, and you want to do your best to try to make it centered around matching gifts, because it's the matching gifts is what makes it a sale. Right. And so doing Giving Tuesday and just saying, well, just give to us because, it's like, well, what's the reason? Well, the reason is because it's on sale. So the matching gift is a key component in my opinion. Yeah. And I think a lot of organizations don't think that way. Right. They just think, well, we'll just throw something out there, and so they don't take it seriously. Yep. They don't plan ahead. They don't do the matching gift, and so it just ends up being a flop. Yeah. And then they think, well, Giving Tuesday never works out for me. Yeah. And it really could, but you really have to be intentional, and you have to do these things that we're talking about. And I'll tell you, I've been doing Giving Tuesday for my organization, Reaching the Heart of Zambia, for the last, 4 years or something. Yeah. And I've gotten more things done on Giving Tuesday than any other time of the year. Right. I've dug wells with Giving Tuesday. Wow. I've built school buildings with Giving Tuesday. Wow. I've been able to purchase vehicles on Giving Tuesday. Boy. I mean, like, all these things are great, and it works. Like, I've seen it work for myself. And
you probably have gotten beyond, because so much of the year you're just getting operating funds in the door. Yeah. This gives you that opportunity to pay for that special project you've been trying to get done for a long time.
And I kind of look at it as a Christmas gift. Yeah. Like hey, we want to get a Christmas gift for these guys in Zambia. We want to build them a well so they have fresh water for Christmas. Yeah. We want to get them a truck for Christmas. Right. So this is our opportunity to bless them and to do that. Yeah. So I think it's great.
Yeah, I love that. Well, what I like especially is 2 critical items that we talk so often about: urgency and time sensitive. And you've got both those with Giving Tuesday. You've got that sense of urgency of, okay, get it done now, and by the end of the day it's going to be tripled. And so that by midnight that offer goes away. Right. So I love that.
It only works well with the matching gift. If you can double or triple just for that day, that creates that urgency, that creates that scarcity. Right. It's a very clear definition. Like, it starts at this time, it ends at this time, and we got to make this happen. It's like, just people love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's clear that the planning side is just so important, and I know that so many of our listeners, they're busy. I get it. Every nonprofit organization is busy, but this is one of those times that you just got to get out ahead of things. I say the same thing for year-end campaigns. You got to start early. This is if you look at the statistics, there's no better time of the year. A great majority of your money comes at year-end. Start early on that. Yep. Jason, take us home. What are some things that we could our listeners could be doing, from subscribing to getting newsletters, hearing more about what we're doing?
Well, first of all, I would say take advantage of the free tool, crowdfunding by Fundeasy. Yeah. Go to fundeasy.com. It's a free account. I will also put a QR code on the screen that you can scan, and that will take you directly to fundeasy.com. Sign up for their crowdfunding page. It's free. They usually have Giving Tuesday templates on there, so you can just select Giving Tuesday and you'll be up and running in about 10 minutes. The second thing I would say is subscribe to this podcast. We have weekly podcasts coming out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we also videotape this on YouTube, so you can subscribe on YouTube as well.
And I would say while you're out on that Fundeasy page, check out their other options and the opportunities there. Yeah. We use Fundeasy for our Perfect Vision Dinner strategy. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't heard about the Perfect Vision Dinner, Jason, what do they need to do to find out about the Perfect Vision Dinner course that we offer?
Yeah, well, the Perfect Vision Dinner course is a course that we do 2 times a year. It's a 20-week course that we actually train you on how to do galas, fundraiser, dinner kind of thing. But we teach you a specific formula that we have seen that is proven to be successful. I mean, we've seen people raise, double the amount of money that they typically raise by going through this training. So if you're interested in checking that out, go to fundraisingmasterminds.net.
Yeah, Jason, thank you so much once again for your expertise in this Giving Tuesday. I know that it's going to be very helpful for all of our listeners. We're hoping that everyone who's watching and listening definitely has a great Giving Tuesday.
Yep. Well, thanks again for tuning in to this episode of the Fundraising Masterminds podcast. We will see you next week.
Take care.